No, I like the daddy, but not the actual father.
You like daddy.
Daddy. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I actually don't like that. I don't like that either.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Sammie.
And this is everyone's favorite BL podcast,
BL Buddies.
So today we're excited, and I'm really excited because we're talking about our comfort mangas. So yaoi and manhwas is what we pretty much read. So I have many.
Same.
And
picking three was hard.
Yeah, picking three. Most of my they're all from the same manga artist.
Yeah, two of mine are too. Yeah, two of mine are as well.
If I find one, I'm like, let me read what else this manga artist has written. So yeah, these are our favorite ones, and we're actually gonna do a comfort BL next too. So as a BL dramas. So I've already talked about one of them, which is Honto Yajuu as one of my favorite BLs of all time. So I will reread that manga. It's been going on like 50 chapters.
I still don't get how that. It's been going on since 2009, you said?
8. Yeah. So then
crazy.
My other comfort yaoi mangas are XXX Allergy, Secret XXX, which is the sequel to that, and then Therapy Game, which is the side couple from Secret XXX, which is the oldest brother and the younger brother of the characters. Okay. And then there's Therapy Game Restart, which I have like manga update notifications for because I absolutely love these characters. So I'm probably going to say the mangakan's name wrong. Again, I apologize if I do. It's Hinohara Maguro. I absolutely love all of their mangas. And they also did another one called Kamisama no Uroko, which is a supernatural historical yaoi, and I love that one too. So like I said, like
very much like
pretty much, yeah, it's like the Untamed. My wheelhouse is supernatural, magical things. So yeah, so XX Allergy pretty much, this is the summary for it, is growing up in an environment full of all kinds of animals, there's only one animal that he loves, and that's rabbits. Because of his love for rabbits, he sometimes helps out in a rabbit specialist shop. And there he meets Mito Itsuki, his unrequited love. However, he has a secret he has to keep no matter what. Would he be able to keep that secret in order to stay close to the one he loves? A cute and short love story by Hinohara Maguro.
Okay, before she tells any more. Spoilers! Can I guess it and say the dude's a rabbit?
No.
Damn it.
This is not a supernatural one.
I was shooting for that. The dude's a rabbit.
Kamisama is the supernatural one. No.
Okay.
He is allergic to rabbits. So his mom is a veterinarian, and he grows up with like massive amounts of animals. And it's kind of funny when you go back to the parents' house, there's like crazy animals like living all over their house and like living on them and like cuddling him and stuff. But like he's always just wanted a rabbit. So he learned at a young age that he's allergic to rabbits. But he wanted to work at the rabbit specialist shop, and then he met Mito, and he just fell in love with Mito. And Mito he's so unassuming. But at the same time, you're just like, where did that come from?
I love those characters.
Especially like in the NC scenes, you're just like, dude.
Yes.
You are not what I was expecting.
Those are the best. I love that.
So I do love the first, the manga, the first volume of it is really, really cute. It's a short story, and it's a really cute short story. Yeah. And then the sequel is also really cute because you see the younger guy like kind of get upset with him because he tries to keep Mito is trying to keep him from like understanding things. He doesn't want him to like get involved in his life, which is pretty much helping out at a drag queen host club.
Oh, okay.
It's like a drag host club, and like he's like, my secret life, like I used to do this, and then his brother appears who's in Therapy Game.
Okay.
And he pretends that he's Mito's like lover or something. So like drama ensures a fake dating because he lies about seeing his brother because he didn't want them to meet. So it's really cute, and I really enjoy it. I do reread it a lot. And therapy game is great because the oldest brother of the younger one, and then the little brother of the other one. So it's like the brothers are doing it together. So it's kind of like Kim Porsche and Kim Chae. It's kind of cute like that. But it's really heartwarming and it's really sweet.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And then your turn.
My turn. So mine, same kind of thing where two of them are by the same artist, and they're actually, one is the sequel of the other.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one is called Window to Window, and it's by Lee Aru. And the summary is childhood friends Ginu and Yubin live in separate apartments in separate buildings right next to each other. So close, in fact, that they can talk to each other and see into each other's apartments through their windows. But Yubin's long-held secret is revealed one day when Ginu sees him doing something naughty through the window. Now, this one, I think this
spoiler
one,
alert!
Yeah, spoiler alert. This one was, I think, I can reread this one constantly. I really loved the characters in it. The NC scenes, like, oh my god, they're just so good. They're just so good. But I think, so the thing, again, spoilers. So the thing naughty he's doing is literally, I mean, you could probably put two and two together what he's doing. But I believe he's doing it while holding on to the friend's shirt. And so the friend literally is watching him do that. And, like, he tries to, like, avoid him afterwards. Mm-hmm. And I think I think probably what I loved about it was the one who caught him tried to act like he didn't, like, he was very much acting like he didn't want to it wasn't that he didn't want to talk about it, but he wasn't bringing it up. Mm-hmm. And the other guy was like, why isn't he bringing it up? Which was making him more stressed about it, kind of thing. But he was like, why aren't you bringing it up? Like, in his head, he's like, why is he just, like, not talking about it? He's being so calm and blah, blah, blah. And then they're, like, alone together. And he goes, like, I want to see you do that, like, while I'm here, like, sitting here. Ooh. And he's like, what? Ooh, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I want to know what you were doing exactly, kind of thing. Yeah. And so, he's like, you're crazy, like, you know, this, that, the other thing. And, he's like, well, you know, have you ever done it, like, with a girl or, like, with any? He's like, why are you asking all these questions? Right. And he's like, well, you know, like, I can help you. Right. And so they kind of form this friends with benefits thing. Mm-hmm. And the one kid, he's like, while he's thinking about his friend while doing what he does, he's like, I'm not gay, which is, like, annoying. The panic. Yeah. He's like, I'm not gay. But, like, then he's, like, taking it from his best friend, like, right. You know, kind of thing. It's true, he is. And I mean, like I said, the NC scenes, like, there's a point where he goes, I want to see you dress up in our school uniforms, like, when they were younger. But his sister got rid of his and sent hers instead. And so he was in a skirt, like, literally, it's such a good, I love it. I will stand by, like, Window to Window is like literally one of my comforts. It's so good. It's so cute. I love it, even though it's, like, very spicy at the same time. So yeah. What about you? Okay, so the next one I have is also one of my favorites that I've reread 100 times, and it was also released in 2008. So you can see where my Jinja romantic and rabbit hole started. So it's called Katekyo. It's by Mogi Yu. I apologize. I really try, and I can't even pronounce American words right sometimes. I said quinoa is quinoa one time. So yeah, so there's that. So I love Katekyo. I read this a lot. So the summary for that is Rintaro is bothered by the throbbing of his heart caused by his tutor Kaede for unknown reasons. One day, Rintaro finds out that he's actually in love with Kaede when he was receiving H punishment. But without knowing Kaede's feelings, Rintaro became anxious and question mark. So it's basically a little sadistic home tutor and a natural high school student's after class love. Jesus. So
It's so cute.
I'm sorry,
Like-
a summary that says sadistic in it is cute.
He is a little sadistic. But like it's like once they like okay, spoiler, once they move in together, like they can get really cute. But he is it's kind of like Vegas Pete a little bit.
Okay. I support it.
They kind of like the BDSM a little bit. But I do like Katekyo. It's
Down
really
for
cute.
Down for
And then there's also a prequel. It's to Kotoimo. Again, I love a lot of the same like stuff from the same manga
Authors,
artist. And they also did another one that I don't think it was finished. But it's Kamisama no Utori, and that's a supernatural one. I'm trying to think. There's another one that I'm like. I mean, Koisuru Boukun, but that one's kind of like a Max Tultharn type thing. To where the one character is absolutely in love. It's basically it's the tyrant who falls in love. So he like pretty much I'm just waiting for the episode where he finally says I love you. Like the episode the chapter. No, because he fights him and his feelings for him, and he definitely has like gay panic because his brother comes out as gay and he like gets really angry, and then you know his kohai is gay and in love with him, and it's kind of fucked up. But I'm really sticking with it because I really just want him to finally admit that he loves him.
Yeah.
So yeah, so okay, I'll just read the summary real quick. So, being in love with your straight senpai isn't easy, but being in love with your straight homophobic and tyrannical senpai can be hell.
Literally,
and that's something Tetsuhiro Morinaga can relate to, especially now that he's had a taste of the forbidden fruit. Featuring the same homophobic brother from Challenger. So if you guys know the manga Challengers, it is that. But this time as the main character. I'm really honestly just waiting for him to finally admit that he's in love. Yeah,
I get that,
and I do like him. He's really funny because like the tyranny is great, and then he blushes, and you're just like, oh,
I love that.
Yeah. So that's another one. I read a couple of them. Amaru Desuyo, A Blessing on Your Hosei, A Blessing on Your House. That's really cute. A lot of people know Amirio Paradox, but I'm gonna stop rambling now. But yeah, so those are like my main comfort ones. And then if anyone, okay,
she's got a lot.
I have. I'm telling you,
I don't.
There's
but the three, yeah.
There's so many. If you're got a trope about nekos, cat humans. A lot of people know the manga Kuroneko Kareshi. It's a whole like collection
of cats.
Yeah, they're like humanoid cats.
Okay.
They're all humanoid.
I feel like I read something like that.
Like they can like pop their ears out, and like some of them are like lions and tigers and house cats.
Mine wasn't. It wasn't a BL though. The one that I read. Yeah,
it's a lot. It can get a little fucked up too. But if you read a lot of Japanese manga, you know a lot of yaoi mangas are kind of
fucked up.
They
are. They are. I don't read them. That's probably why I don't read them. Because like I think that was
cute ones.
Yeah, you got to send me the cute ones because I feel like everyone I've ever like, they was just like, they're not my thing. Not my cup of tea.
That's why I like sometimes like if I find a manga artist I really like and like they have a cute one, I'll kind of read what other ones that they've written and I always kind of loved them. But yeah, they can get kind of really messed up. That you're just like, what is this? But yeah, I love Katekyo and Koitomo. So they're like that, and yeah, and Therapy Game and XXX. This is really, really rambling. Go ahead, go.
Okay, so my second one is actually connection from window to window. It's Bangkono Bang, which means room to room. That's why, window to window, room to room. So they were actually side characters in Room to Room. They were friends of the two main characters. But the one throughout the whole first series had a girlfriend, and the other guy was very much like, you could tell he had a crush, but they never really, they hinted at it. Like the two that were dating kind of, they knew, and they were like, they would drop like, hints about them together and whatnot. But so this one is about them, and it's called, and the synopsis is, despite having a secret crush on Chaman, Do-won lets him move into his spare room, and the two become housemates. Until one night, Chaman comes into Do-won's room and wants ... to have sex. The problem is, Chaman doesn't remember a thing each morning after. Turns out he has something called sexsomnia ... What is Do-won supposed to do now? So what happens? Like, that is literally the whole concept of this series, but I feel like it doesn't tell the whole story, obviously. But so they've been friends for years, just like the other two. They were all like a group of friends, and the one kid, Chaman, is it Cham? Yeah. He has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend breaks up with him. But they were living together, so he needs to find a place to live. So his buddy is like, hey, yeah, you can stay with me. Even though this buddy is like in love with him and is like, how am I going to survive being in the same like house as this kid? But then the kid starts like he's like super depressed about the breakup, so he's like not eating, he's not sleeping, and the other kid is obviously worried about him, and he's like, hey, I call them kids just because they're younger than me, I'm sorry, but he's like, no, we need to take you to a doctor. So they take him to like a therapist / doctor person. They start talking. Doctor prescribes him these sleeping pills. The sleeping pills, he starts taking the sleeping pills, and that's when he starts going into the kid's room. Now, like they said, he doesn't remember anything from the nights before. And they're like, Do-won is like confused about it. Like the next morning, he's like, he's like acting like, nothing happened and all of this. And then they find out that that's what's happening. And the reason they find out is because Do-won like makes a move on him in like an empty classroom. And the kid's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? He's like, what do you mean? Why am I doing this? And they like kind of figure it out. So then he is like, you need to stop taking those pills because like, I'm in love with you, and this is like breaking my heart because you don't remember the things we say, the things we do, like any of that. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll stop taking the pills. And then he's like, he'll be waking up in the middle of the night and being like, something's like, he just feels weird because like he's like not doing what he was doing previously, and he's like, something's missing, like, like the comfort aspect of those meetings at night. And so he kind of is like, okay. And so he allows Do-won to kind of like seduce him or like, convince him to like date him, fall in love, all this kind of stuff. And they do, and I happily ever afters, I'm all for that, you guys know this. But I will say, the one thing we always say, that like plot holes and like things being brought in that then just get pushed to the wayside, this had that, where they brought in this like evil character and you were expecting him to like ruin these people's lives, and he was like in and out within several chapters. You were like, and he didn't do really anything. And you're like, and like it's funny because they like the author did like Q&As afterwards, like they put the little so like they were doing the Q&A, and they even brought it up. They were like, yeah, I had intentions of like making it this, but then I realized that would just be too much, and so they ended up just like writing it out. And I'm like, but you didn't really write it out, you just stopped it and it was gone. Like, okay, sure, fine. Yeah. So like you were just like, that literally was so unnecessary, but whatever. It still was great, and it is one of the ones I go to constantly. I literally will read them one after the other because I do love the relationships. I kind of wish that in Room to Room there was more of the couple from Window to Window, but at the same time I was very much happy with what I got in both seasons of the characters. So yeah, that's my second one.
Okay, I think I've named like 8.
You have.
Okay.
You have more than that.
My last one. All right. So well, I guess it's 2.
See, last
There's so
one.
many.
I put it in air quotes for a reason.
So I went down a trope rabbit hole of yaoi single fathers.
Interesting. Not a trope I would.
There's a lot.
Not a thing for me.
I found one, and then I went down.
I don't like daddies in that perspective.
No. It's them finding each other. It's like a single father with a toddler finding love in another man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't like daddies in that definition of a daddy. Is what I meant.
I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
No, I like the daddy, but not the actual father.
You like daddy.
Daddy. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I actually don't like that. I don't like that either.
And it's bad because when we grew up, like where I grew up, like you used to like just call your dad daddy.
Yeah.
And there's been times where I'm like, hey dad, or I'm like, hey daddy, and people look at me and I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is actually my father.
Yeah.
This is not daddy.
Yeah. Daddy.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
anyway,
with you on that. Sorry.
So one of my favorite.
Sorry.
Oh, so there's two single father mangas that I read. The first one is Himegoto Asobi. It's called Hide and Seek. So it's called the sweet shop owner Tanahara goes for love advice with a stern, scary-looking pediatrician. Though the doctor has one serious-looking face, but deep down he is a gentle soul. Not to mention he isn't afraid of showing his love or the fact that he is gay. The game of trick or love between the happy-go-lucky father and the scary but popular pediatrician. Normally the paths of a shrewd and stoic man would never cross. So, one is shrewd and one is stoic. So I really adore this.
So Grumpy Sunshine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like a Grumpy Sunshine. Like he's got that face. And he just really wants kids to just love him. Aww. And it's really, really cute. It's completed. It was released in 2009. It's like a comedy, slice of life romance. So it's not, again, I find really cute ones to read.
She does, because literally any Japanese really like yaoi I try and find, they're just brutal.
Yes.
So you got to send me like the sweet ones.
Yes. So I love Himegoto.
Well, I can use this list that you've just.
I'm just creating.
Yeah.
And then the other one is two single fathers whose toddlers meet at daycare, and it's called Ikumen After. It is absolutely adorable. It's very short. Basically the summary is this is a really cute, sweet story about two single dads, Sakura and Kentaro, whose sons happen to go to the same daycare. And they start helping each other and taking care of their sons. Aww. And they fall in love that way. And it's cute. It's a really cute one. Like one dad falls ill and the son is like, oh my god, my dad's sick, what do I do? And he calls the other dad and he comes over and helps him take care of him.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's
I
really
hate kids, but that's cute.
Yeah, they're really cute. I love the two of them. Okay, so I'm done now. I gave him like 12. I read a lot of comfort BLs. Oh. And then when we do the comfort mangas, when we do comfort BLs, I think
yeah. So I have a lot more K-dramas than I do, or like dramas than I do.
If we ever do comfort fan fictions,
oh god,
I think we may have to do separate episodes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I love to read. I should probably just do a separate.
You should just by yourself. I'm cool with that. Give me a day off.
My comfort fan fiction. Nope. There are many.
So my last one is, it's actually very much a sweet, no NC scenes whatsoever. Mm-hmm. It's called Here You Are. Mm-hmm. And it literally, I had it as a phone case for solid year, I want to say, from these guys. Anime Pattern. I'll put their stuff, but they make like phone cases and merch and stuff like that. And we worked together and I got to make my own like custom cases, and I made one of that. I also made one of BJ Alex, if you know BJ Alex. Mm-hmm. It's not what you think by that name. Let me just like explain, because like when I first saw it, I went, whoa, what? That's the name of a show? Or a name of an anime? Or not an anime, just a manga. And then I remembered that in Korea, BJ means broadcasting jockey, not...
It's a DJ.
Yeah. So BJ Alex was another good one, but that's not my favorite. So Here You Are, and it's called Receptionist... Well, it's not called. Its synopsis is, receptioning the newcomers is a task for Yu Yang, and he ends up helping the unsociable and towering Li Huan, the kind of person that does everything to be disliked. But after better knowing each other, he discovers that the giant isn't that bad of a person at all. And this one is, I will say that this one is probably my absolute favorite manhwa. I don't know why. It's like, it's very comfort. It is one of like, it is my absolute comfort BL, because it's so sweet, and the progression of their relationship, like, it was very much like, originally it was, I want to what the fuck, oh, it's her cat food. It scared the shit out of me.
It's noon.
It's noon.
It's feeding time. I'm surprised they're not crying. Oh, no, there's a paw.
There's a paw.
Oh no, I thought there was a paw.
So with this one, it is like, at first I want to say it's like enemies to lovers, but it wasn't really enemies, because the one kid was just like, he wasn't doing things to be hated, like that said. He was just like very quiet and nervous. He didn't really know how to talk to people. He was very like, I'd say more antisocial than like hateful towards people kind of thing. And then the other kid was very, it was this grumpy sunshine trope. Like, he was very out there and, all this, but he was also like out and out. Like, he was sociable and he was gay. But like, the gay thing again was, he was bullied for it and all this. And when he starts befriending this kid and kind of learning, oh, he's not this, like, he's not mean, he's not being cruel, he's just very antisocial, doesn't know how to be social kind of thing. And they start to grow the friendship that they grow. He, like, the kid starts, the quiet boy, and he is like a freaking, he's like 7 foot something. This kid is so tall compared to Yu Yang. He says like, hey, I like you. And he's like, you don't like me. You're just like playing a trick on me. Like, you're trying, like, that's why I think he thought that he was an a-hole, because he thought he was bullying him or tricking him. And it wasn't the case. It was like, no, I actually like you. Like, let me like you. And he was like, no, you don't like me. You're crazy. You don't like me. You're just trying to get a rise out of me. You're trying to crack a joke. A, B, and C. And then I think one of my favorite parts is their first kiss. It was a drunken first kiss, and it was essentially, Yu Yang is at a bar, he's getting drunk. The boy calls him, Li Huan calls him, and Yu Yang is basically drunkenly yelling at him, saying like, you don't like me, you're blah, blah, and like just drunken. And so like, Li Huan like finds him at the bar, because he always goes to the same bar. He has friends in this bar. And so he goes to the bar to take him home, and he's like fighting with him. He's like, don't touch me. Like, you're doing this to get a rise out of me, all this. And he's like getting angrier and angrier, and then Li Huan just like lays one on him. And he's just like, he kisses him to shut him up. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I was like, I've been waiting 40 episodes for this. And so, like,
I like how we keep saying episodes.
I know. Sometimes they call them episodes, so I'm going to stick with episode.
It's true.
Episode, chapter, whatever. But so, like, that, like, whole thing, and then, like, he's, like, questioning if the kid really does like him, and all of this, and it just goes through this progression of, yeah, like, I do like you, just, like, acknowledge I like you kind of thing. And when they finally do get together, it's just amazing. It really is. Here You Are is my absolute favorite. I can reread it all the time. And then like the secondary characters relationship, I really liked that one too. It was the bar owner. He like always comes, get their food. The bar owner that Yu Yang always goes to. They're friends, and he's there. Kitty attack.
Go ahead.
I can't concentrate with a kitty. So what? I literally can't remember where I was. Oh, so it was the bar owner. It was the bar owner, and this like kind of douchey kid comes in, very cocky, and he's like, I don't know. He like they get into like some kind of thing, but then the kid gets drunk, and the bartender takes him to his place because I think it's above the bar, and like lets him stay there for the night. And they form a very weird relationship at first, because the kid, I think, is like challenging the guy, be like, I can make you fall in love with me. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And he's like, I don't fall in love with anybody. And this random stuff starts like happening, and you know, it fast forwards a couple years later, and they haven't spoken to each other, and like that was their deal, I think, at the end of like the series, was like, we won't talk until like you're ready, kind of thing. And they literally find each other again, and the whole series, like literally I loved every relationship in that series. It was so good. So Here You Are is, yeah.
You have to send me that.
I will, because I literally, like I said, it was my phone case for quite some time. That and the BJ Alex one. But the BJ Alex one I had to change because I was going into the office more, and I was like, that is not going to fly. So, yeah.
They're going to question you.
Yeah, they're going to be like, what is this image? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't, like, how am I supposed to, like, literally, okay, prepare for slightly graphicness. But it's literally a scene where, so the guy, BJ Alex, he wears a mask that covers, does it cover his whole face? And it's black and white. What? No, it covers half his face, like Phantom of the Opera kind of style thing. And he's a broadcasting jockey, but it's like the dirty broadcasting. So like, let's call it OnlyFans. Let's say it's OF.
Yeah.
So he does his thing, and it ends up on his face. And it's literally him licking it off his face.
Yeah.
Well, out of context, it literally just looks like he's licking sweat off his face. Me knowing what the context is, I physically cannot have that on my phone at work. So I changed it. But yeah, so those are my comfort BLs. Or Manhwas. Yeah, so what are your guys' favorite? I think we listed off like 6,000. We want to know what you guys read.
Tangents today.
I know. We want to know what you guys read.
Yeah. Let us know. Drop them in the comments.
Yes, please. And I really love reading.
If you have really cute, spicy ones, if you have just spicy ones, you can argue against some of my against ones that are just like, woo. But yeah, let us know in the comments, guys. And
yeah,
this is Cosmo, and he says hello.
And he says goodbye.
Yeah, he says hello, goodbye. But
yeah, leave it in the comments again. Like, subscribe, follow us on all our other social medias, and like I said, tell us which ones. Have you read the ones we brought up?
Talk up. Are there any new ones we don't know about because we're old? Yeah,
I haven't read. Like, oh no, that's a lie. I have read some recently, but not a lot.
Not a lot.
So yeah, let me know if there's new ones, because I could use some new reading material.
Yeah, me too. Other than fan fiction.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.